Greetings, gamers! Welcome to part number 29 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 10, Radiant Dawn. And in today's episode, I have much to do with, concern of this map. Now, before I move on, there are two hidden items in this map. One is here, that is a coin, and the other is, I think, right here. And that is also a coin. I don't really plan on getting these. I have plenty of coins. I'm not going to be forging a lot because I think it is a big waste of money 9 times out of 10. Some folks would probably disagree, but I don't particularly care. I'm going to be able to move, as in move out, over, I would say, the next, turn or so. Because my units are pretty well making good progress defeating all of the enemies. This is fantastic because even though I don't have a lot of units, if you just play these maps right, you don't really have to worry about having a lot of units. Especially when you have folks as strong as Har. Yes, that stun was definitely useful. Basically a crit that stuns the enemy if he survives, and he's not going to survive. Steel bow is fine. Shinon with Wrath is okay. It's not exactly like the greatest thing in the world for him to have it, because it doesn't really benefit him all that well. Use Atard. And that is another level for Ike, and a good one, too. A very good one. Thank you, Ike. Some redemption for all those not-so-great levels. Yeah, so I'm just going to be using Gatry and Heather here to shove Mist further forward, because they're not going to really be useful for the rest of this fight. And that's not to say they aren't useful. It's just my plans for them are pretty well done. They just needed to help with defending. Heather needs to help with stealing. Nothing really any further. Etard, that's too much damage. 14 times 2. Yeah, that's not enough damage. How about you? Can you assist? 11 times 2, that's 22. It's too much damage. So, 28. Well, actually, no. If he does 14 times 2, yeah, that's 28. What am I thinking here? Oh, never mind. Ike said, to heck with that. Well, Mist can heal this turn. It's not like she's totally without the ability to gain experience points. I think I'm just going to use a steel bow here, and the reason being is because I have Har. He is more than capable of doing some good old damage to this guy. In fact, he's striking him down. 2 hits. Nice. Alright, so you two... Yeah, so Mist actually has a lot of healing to do. This is part of the problem with benching characters like Rise, who would still be useful even if I'm not using him for combat. But like I've said before, I would much rather just focus on my units I'm actually going to use. Nice miss. I'm guessing the reason why these guys are attacking Har is because they cannot move through that thicket to reach Shinon, because it just makes more sense to go and attack Shinon, right? Kind of playing into my plan, though, because Shinon with half HP is still a very bulky unit, and being a very bulky unit with Wrath is a really great idea. Yep, seeing the very rare, not so useful quality of healing every turn. Yep, you are doomed. Cancelled twice. And that's a level up for Har. I think that's his first? Yes, his first while being promoted. And a fantastic one at that. He does desperately need speed, but he's not super far off of being able to cap out his speed. I think he caps out at like 31 potentially. Yeah, Wrath. Can raise the critical hit percentage by 50 when the unit has less than 30% of his HP left. This is not great, because he actually needs, I think, 1 HP less to proc Wrath. And I don't think anybody's going to be able to hit him for that. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and heal him here. Ike can do some damage, and then Titania can finish him off. Now, of course, if I had adepted there, that would be a different story, but I did not. Good job, Titania. So again, you do have to be very careful about the whole, this unit, particularly Ishvan, the boss, moving. I would love to get this recover as well. So I have kind of a bit of a rough task ahead of me. One thing I could do, or could have done, was, I could still do it, is put someone like Har at the edge of his range, unequipped. Now, he does have a short axe, so I actually don't have to unequip him. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Because then I could get him away from that whole horde, and I just have to keep an eye on his range, and then everything will be a-okay. I'll be able to steal the... I'll be able to take the recover, I'll be able to steal the statue fragment, and steal his elixir as well. It's going to be kind of a difficult task, but it's not going to be impossible. Trade you. You need your floret back. And the rest of my units get ready for the fight. Yeah, it's not surprising that this Thunder Mage decided to attack Ike, as he has quite terrible resistance. Quite. Every single talisman from this point forward in the game is going to be given to Ike, and only Ike. I don't think that's low enough HP for Mist to KO. Now, this is kind of a bit of an issue. I could defend with a single unit, or a couple of units. Wow, she actually does KO. That's really nice. Perfect. And as you can see, I forgot to mention this, but I did give Mist the Seraph robe that I obtained in last chapter. Very obviously, Mist needs it more than most of your characters. There are times when people would probably say that it's a pointless spend because you shouldn't have Mist on the front lines, but it's not really about having her on the front lines. It's more about having the ability to make sure that she's okay when she happens to be. The rest of you yahoos can get out of the way. I do have to keep him in mind. Yeah, this guy is totally destroyed. So third tier units, in my humble opinion, even early promoted third tier units are usually just so much stronger than everything else that you're just kind of you're kind of baffled by how much power they have. Granted, most third-tier units that you have are the reason why this game scales so quickly, because you can get most of your party third tier, especially in the Grail Mercenaries, only a few chapters in, if you're smart. Ike is not one of those, however. He is incapable of promoting for quite a long time. And I mean quite a long time. He's probably one of the latest promotions in the entire series, which is always saddening. You kind of want your lords to promote way earlier than later, because then you can use them at their fullest potential. Ike leaving one of those guys low means that I might be able to finish him off with Mist, which would be very, very great. Let me see if that is possible. And it is. She keeps doing exact damage in order to KO these guys, and I appreciate it completely. And I'll be able to take out the rest. I do believe Ike needs to converse with Mist, so I'm going to have to make sure I keep that in mind over the next couple of turns. And another level up for Ike. Level 15. Speed is good. Ike needs to have 27 speed or higher by about Chapter 7. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of damage. Don't want to KO, because I would prefer the KO on Shinon. Yeah, Gatry is a very good unit, very fun unit, but not one I'm using in this playthrough. I will definitely say that. Radiant Dawn got the whole Armor Knight situation correct. Very nice. Make you more bulky. Perfect. And, of course, I want to go towards these enemies here. You have to be careful and mindful of all of what's going on here. Hara's just taking out the leftover scraps on the outskirts of this map, which is pretty good. It's basically what I would want him to do anyway. And found the coin. Nice. Don't need it, but it is nice to have. Har does also have some ranged weapons. Okay, so Vantage is a really cool skill on Har, because Har automatically comes with cancel. If you don't take cancel off, he can use that to his advantage. If he vantage attacks and then cancels, the enemy doesn't get to attack. So even though the enemy attacked him first, he gets to attack him instead, which I think is pretty funny. Let me go ahead, move you out of the way. Heal up Titania. Converse. Yeah, none of this is worthwhile. Steel poleaxe. And then, of course, Shinon needs to get up there as soon as he possibly can. Har is doing his great job over here. I kind of want to deal with this Thunder Mage, so I'm going to do just that. If Har takes any kind of damage, I have a concoction on Har, so it's not that big a deal. When it comes to physical attacks, though, most of the time he's not going to take any significant damage. Of course, there are weapons that folks can use, like Worm Slayers, that are super effective against him, which would do triple damage. The problem is I don't think there are any such enemies wielding those, at least not over here. It's far more common to see something like a Thunder Mage, and 19 damage is pretty significant against someone as bulky as Har. Granted, there was only one. If there was multiple Thunder Mages, I probably wouldn't have even bothered. Perfect. Har is doing a fantastic job. And again, I have to be mindful. Only 8. Nope, I cannot. He has a steel lance, iron dagger. Well, this will allow Mist to KO. Oh, Heather, you're actually being useful for something. Alright, so... finished. Yeah, Mist is definitely a character I love, absolutely adore training her. And it has to do with her utility more than anything else, because I'm not really one of those who likes training zeros to heroes. Most of the time I find them to be repugnant if they waste a lot of time. But in this case, I enjoy using her as a unit because she allows for some pretty cool strategies and whatnot. Alright, so I think I'm going to begin the chase.
What luck! Enemy comes in tiny numbers. Get up, comrades. We cannot let other armies take a reward, crush enemy, and gain glory for Lord Celiora.
This guy sounds like he was born a Troglodyte. Nice miss. Yeah, so this boss is in no way, shape, or form a threat to Har. So what I'm going to be able to do is lead him around a bit, and then I'm going to eventually get him back to my party. So that I can steal the elixir. I don't have to do that, but it would be nice. And Har is very well to do by himself. Who shall I KO you with? Now, Mist has a lot of healing to do, so I'm actually not going to bother with the whole trying to KO with her particularly. As long as I can put Ike and Titania forward. Always worried about those low percentage crits. However, Shinon would have been fine. Okay. Steel poleaxe. I think I'm going to equip the hand axe right now. And I'm also going to equip the wind edge. Move you here. I'm going to start healing up the rest of my units who desperately need it. And that is my turn. Yep, Har is A-okay. In fact, I think he could be hit by most of the rest of the enemies, and he would be still fine. His defense is magnanimous, and that's something that you have to absolutely appreciate about him and his type of unit.
Dragon Lords.
I do have to take care of him. So I'm probably not going to heal this turn as long as he has enough health after these other two wyverns attack him. What I'm going to do, hilarious, seeing Titania miss a, or not miss, but not KO a Draco, not double a general. I think that's funny. All right. He's only doing 1. So this is actually fine. Nice. Because the boss is only doing 9 damage. I'm going to get him over here over the next like turn or two. But I have a lot to take care of in this area, so until that's taken care of, I'm just going to keep on rolling. Heal up Ike. And Killer Bow. Unfortunate that he did not KO there. Etard. But Ike will be able to finish him off, so it's okay. Perfect. I do have to steal the statue fragment. This guy, I'm going to try to get him within reach. The shadow, the hammer, killer axe is a perfect option, especially because it KO'd. And she is within the range of him, which is nice. And I'll shove Shin on forward, and that is my turn. All right, Titania. Perfect. Doing a pretty significant amount of damage to him. Steel bow. And then, yeah, I'm just going to one-shot him with the shadow. I can steal the statue frag. That's another 4,000 gold. Perfectly mine. 16. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to weaken him. Unfortunately, he's going to just heal up his full amount of health after this, so this is a waste. Can she two-shot you? Nope, she cannot. So I'm just going to heal up, rather. And that's another level up for Mist. Level 7, pretty good. She's getting some pretty good stats as well. Let me heal up with Har. And I'll be bringing Ishvan over to me over the next... I think it's probably going to end up taking 2 turns, honestly. Alright, get you out of the way. I wonder, is Gatry able to... Yes, he is going to double, unfortunately. Which means I just need to take them out. Get them out of the way. Heal up the rest of my units with Mist, and call it a day. A recover has been obtained. This is giving her some great staff weapon level experience points, especially with that discipline. She has A staff now. I think she can get up to only S before promotion. Mist is one of those interesting units in this game that she cannot actually promote with a Master Crown. She must use her own particular item in order to do so. That's my turn. One more spat with Istvan, and then he is going to be gone. Perfect. This is incredibly perfect. Yeah, so this is my full strategy for doing just this, stealing Istvan's elixir, which seems like it would be kind of a non-essential item, but elixirs are cool. They allow you to do some pretty great... Wow, she actually does 4 damage. I might be able to give this KO to Mist. Are you kidding? Allow you to do some pretty great self-healing. Nine times 2, 15 times 2, 19 times 2. Man, I would hate for him to proc. She's doing 4 damage. Eight. 8 plus 17. It's still not enough. How about with the shadow? 8 plus 19. Man, I think that's going to be enough. Yes, it is. Wow, this is incredible. Technically, I think it would have been enough regardless. Yes. So, another boss KO for Mist. Awesome.
Wait, this cannot be our reward.
It is your reward. You were defeated at the hands of a little cleric. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Nice.
The enemy general is down. Let the fleeing soldiers go. Everyone fall back.
I actually really love this chapter because even though it seems like it would take a long time, it typically doesn't, because you just have to use your mounted units to their fullest, right?
Hey, you're done too? That was fast.
Yeah, it was pretty easy work. They retreated pretty quickly.
Their soldiers were well equipped and well trained, but their commanders were terrible.
That's lucky for us, I suppose. Things seem to be working out pretty well so far. Unless they bring in a new commander, a real commander, it's only a matter of time before they wave a white flag.
Enemies to the south! It's the Central Army!
What?
Tibarn failed installing them? Does that mean he's dead? Doubtful. I don't think there was even a battle. The Central Army has arrived too quickly.
We only know one thing for sure. The enemy now has the advantage.
There are still enemies to the north. This is quickly turning into our worst-case scenario.
Scrimmer, we must retreat. We're in serious trouble here.
Show my back to Bjork? Never. We will fight on like the galleons we are.
Scrimmer, listen to me. We must retreat. This is the Central Army we're talking about.
Ah, finally. Finally, we get to fight the Begnion Central Army. I have been waiting for this.
I can see you won't change your mind, Scrimmer. All right, if it has come to this.
Are you joking? You can't beat me, Ranoff. You know that.
I can't let you or our men die in vain. It's my job to keep you from doing anything stupid. If I have to knock you out to keep you out of this battle, then that's what I will do.
Fine. Try.
Ike, stop them. No, they need to do this.
Ran off. Do not worry about him. I might have broken some bones, but he will heal quickly. My soldiers, we are leaving. Head back to base camp.
General Scrimmer?
We will return and regroup. It pains me, but we must. Damn it, Renoff. He got my leg.
But you're still willing to carry him?
If he doesn't rest and heal, all his little chores fall on me. I can't have that.
That's what he says he cares about more, right?
Reporting, sir. The Legoo's alliance is retreating.
So, the enemy does not persist when the situation turns against them. I'm impressed. They're flexible and adapt quickly to a changing environment.
Shall we pursue them?
No, first we will join our allies to the north. I hear they've taken heavy losses.
General Zelgius, it's an honor to meet you.
General Lavale of Duke Ganos' Northern Force, is it? Are you in command here?
No, not I. Rather, the Northern Force lacks any order. We do not have a central commander to direct us in battle.
So, each force was fighting the enemy on its own?
Quite so. Taking orders from others is beneath the nobles, I suppose.
How pitiful.
A sad state of affairs, yes. But now that you are here, General, the situation will be rectified.
Yes, one can hope.
So are the rumors true? I've heard that power in Begnion has been split between the Apostle and the Senators.
True. They do not agree on how to deal with the Legoo's alliance. However, as long as there are enemies who threaten the Empire, we shall fight. That is our duty, is it not?
Indeed.
Then do not trouble your mind with politics. Let the nobles worry about their games. We should focus on this war.
Right you are, Zelgius, to focus on the war at hand instead of dealing with messy politics and stupid bureaucratic nonsense. That just gets in the way of most things, especially because most of the time it's wrong. Yes, however, with all that being said, the 2,500 clear bonus and the 625 turn bonus, I received 12,434 bonus experience points, which is awesome. It is time to end off this episode. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe depending on your platform. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.